Marcus Walker stated the officers began to hit, kick, and sprayed him with mace. Marcus Walker stated Officer Henderson got on his back and told him not to move while spraying him in the face with mace. Marcus Walker stated Officer Henderson put his knee on his back and his head and said, "Don't it burn, boy." Marcus Walker stated he laid on the ground and asked for assistance, but none of the officers came to his aid.
I don't even remember seeing the tag reader on here, but they said, I didn't even know that they told everybody that I was pulled over for the license plate reader. And the license plate reader, a possible suspended license. I didn't know it goes like that. I thought it either is or ain't.
After you gave the license and he ran it,
right?
He ran
and came
he
back.
Said, "Well,
he said it was good. He said you straight, you good."
Then he was like, "Get out of the car."
No, he didn't tell me to get out of the car. I stayed in the truck until the other officers came. When they came, it was like initiation, because it was 2 black cops, and the 2 black cops held us there for like the 30 minutes, and the 2 white cops came. When the 2 white cops came, they came to my nephew's back door, driver's side, and my other passenger side back door. So they was both talking to my nephew. And I'm like, why y'all messing with him? You know, he young, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain to them that he ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know, his ID is in the house. This is mama's house. So I was trying to get them to go knock on the door. I blowed the horn. They told me not to blow the horn. I tried to make a phone call. They wouldn't let me make a phone call. And when the other officers came, they came putting on gloves and came like real, like they getting ready to fight. And so when they came, I mean, the first thing he said, my nephew said, man, your breath stank like that. And he said, why y'all with us? And he said, cause we the police, just like that. When they said that, he took him out the truck and started beating them. The other officers came around from the other side, started beating them. I got out the truck while they beating him right there in my driver's side back door. I goes and try and go to the mother's, knock on the door. They stopped me at the front of my truck, told them put my hands on the truck. I put my hands on the truck. They took my hand, put behind my back, and then started spraying me with the mace and started hitting me. I just started feeling licks. And then they jacked my hands up like that and they clipped my legs. So I bruised my arm. I got pictures of everything. I bruised my arm, I bruised my head, I bruised my knee. I fell on my left side with no arms. So when they did that, I was on the ground, and Officer Henderson, he kept beating me. And I said, Officer Henderson, you doing this to me. You doing this to me, Officer Henderson. I said, you ain't beating no nigga, you bleeding a black man. I told him that. I said, you doing this, you doing this. And so he like, shut up, shut up. And he sprayed me with the mace some more and had his knee in my back. So I couldn't move. He telling me to stop moving. I'm like, man, you just sprayed me with all this stuff. I mean, I'm trying to scrape the concrete to get this mace off of my face.
Mr. Walker, just a generic question. Before this incident, what was your opinion about the police department, and has it changed after the incident?
Before the incident, didn't trust them. After the incident, didn't trust them even more. I mean, from where I grew up at, you know, it's the trust with the police right now is so small. I mean, the confidence my son and them had, they just met President Obama that year. And when they go to BTW, and so they shook the president's hand. And so they gave him a belief at one point. But now, I explained that to the officer why, you know, that night. I said, man, they just shook up President Obama's hand, man, and look how you got them looking at your police now. I explained that to him that night, you know, and I'm like, you know, you taking these young minds and putting them in the wrong place and don't understand why they're fighting out against you, you see. So I didn't understand, you know, why he said, I don't want to hear that assalamu alaikum stuff. That's what he said. Wow. Yes, I was taken to 201 for disorderly conduct. I was released, all charges dismissed. And the officers, I read my file, the officer said that I swung at them, that I assaulted them, that I threatened them with guns, and all these charges should have came up in my, you know, in my charge instead of disorderly conduct. So They gave him a bond back, and let me see. I went to Internal Affairs, tried to get my case heard. I went on with that for about 2 months, and no one never came back to me and talked to me, or I hadn't heard from anyone until clerk called me, well, sent me the letters, and now I'm able to state my case. I mean, to somebody that's concerned, I guess.
You mean prior to hearing from us, you hadn't heard from
I hadn't heard from the Internal Affairs anymore.
After they interviewed you and stuff, right?
Yeah, after they interviewed me, I kept calling for like 2 months to see if they did anything about it, and they put me out, and then finally stopped answering the phone. So I hadn't did anything about it, didn't know what to do until clerk called me and sent me the letter and said they picked up on the case. Well, I done told the story numerous amount of times. The story hadn't changed. I mean, only the officers, their stories are changing. If I can have some kind of way to have the officers subpoenaed or be able to cross-examine the officers, it would be, you know, ideal for the Citizens Board to hear both sides, you know, directly from the officers, I think. Because, I mean, me telling the story here now and somebody relating the story back to somebody else, it don't really get the effect that I think it should.
Amen,
you
brother.
know, because I don't really think that I'm being taken serious at no point, you know, from day one. Excuse me, my book, it shows you how many discrepancies and how many officers is taking, you know, how they really organize things to make it seem like they did nothing wrong. And the way they got it, I mean, even the times, they really couldn't change their time sheets at the time it happened. So when it happened, all the time sheets at that time was distorted some kind of way, or hole punch holes through the time, you know, or the time just don't look right, you know what I'm saying? It's questionable, and all their statements are different, and the times that the officers got there last beat the officers who were there first. So the time sheet is the thing that they couldn't change at the time they did it, see, because they didn't think anything would come back up.
The time's really important too. What do you?
But the time is important. That's what I'm trying to think.
What's your opinion on how long it took?
It was like 30 minutes, and 30, 40 minutes they held us. And even after that, after they sprayed us and put us in the car, after the lieutenant came, and she even told them that they messed up that night. And when they held us at the MAPCO, they went and got coffee and held us in the car while we were still full of mace. And they wouldn't let my nephew into the jail until they took him to the hospital to get the mace off. They allowed his mother, once everything happened in his driveway, then that's when they allowed his mother to come out the house and come and put water on my face.
You were irate and so forth and so on, was that?
No, I mean, I'm still sitting down in the truck. So
I mean, you can be irate in the truck. I'm just trying to
Right.
as to why they would be so aggressive. I'm just trying to. And then your nephew, what was his demeanor? Was he
nervous?
Okay, but
he was rocking.
I think you said, now, when they said in the report that you said that he used profanity towards them, was that?
Yeah, why y'all fucking with us? That's what he used.
And some others. Okay, and that was it? That was
basically it. Why y'all fucking with us? That's what all of us was asking. Why y'all doing this to us? I mean, it got from polite to 30 minutes later to like, oh, why is y'all holding us like this, you know? Okay. But it didn't get aggressive at any time, only until those other officers came. And I noticed something else. All of the officers involved, all of them were off work and got paid overtime for this. So I'm thinking they had initiation time on when they go out and do this type of things to citizens. I mean, I don't know how deep it goes, but I'm thinking they got a way of initiating these cops to show them how to deal with people in these bad neighborhoods, so to speak.